well, religion-wise, Um, if I'm a lesbian, I can't be going to church because the church doesn't approve of it. But I wanted to go to church because I believed in God and I believed in Jesus. And then there was a very large part of me that was afraid that, what if I do this thing that feels natural to me, that feels right to me, and it turns out that God condemns me for it and that I go to hell. So I didn't go to church for a long time, um, just because I felt like it was like a dereliction of the faith of the Bible. But I've always been more of a independent thinker, I think. And before I even considered the idea of being a lesbian, that I could possibly be a lesbian, I, of course, was, I like the Bible was all fine and good, but I started thinking, like, wait a second, are you telling me the Bible is written by people? Wait, are you telling me that the Bible, there are accounts written by people and, like, it's a diary, like, and then it wasn't even, like, first-hand accounts? Oh, and then there's all this war and stuff going on and political stuff. Wait, so you're telling me that, like, anybody, this was, yeah, so I started to doubt the Bible, and especially because it does contradict itself. And so, but it still bothered me because I believed in God and I wanted to have some kind of spiritual, some kind of spirituality. And somewhere along the line, like, I dabbled in Catholicism because in Catholicism it more so taught that God is a loving God and He loves us all. And I like that. I was like, I can get down with that. I think that I feel as though God creates life and He loves us. That's why He creates us to live vicariously, I suppose. But then there's so many rules with Catholicism. I don't really like rules. I like the idea of tradition, but I don't like feeling I have to do things. So, I mean, I've heard of Buddhism every once in a while, but then I kind of really started getting into yoga and meditating. And then the more I got into meditation and yoga, the more I met people that were also into yoga and meditation, and really creating your own spiritual path, your own spiritual journey, which I believe in. I believe that we all have our own spiritual journey. And so that's how I was able to put myself at ease with my sexuality and my spirituality, even though I don't think one has anything to do with the other. Which is why I feel like religion, especially Christianity, any kind of religion that's like, oh, sexuality, you've got to watch out for that. I just feel like sexuality has nothing to do with my spirituality. And that sexuality it's a part of life and it's something else that God has given us. So how can sexuality ever be a bad thing? It's part of life. And life is good because it's a gift that God gave us. So that's how I'm able to link my spirituality, have spirituality, be myself. I mean, my sexuality is under fire right now. Um, what I hope for people is that they're able to do that. You don't necessarily have to become Buddhist or meditate. I strongly advocate meditation. Um, to feel like you're taking a more active role in your spiritual path than reading a book and having someone else tell you what's right and wrong, um, and depending on something else to carry you through. But I know that there are a lot of lesbians out there that may be afraid to be themselves and want to change themselves because they're afraid of living a life without spirituality, and I understand that. But you don't have to, and that's my piece.